ass.
I just banged your wife?
Name of this garbage show again that I'm on.
Total Nonstop Impact.
My name's John, capital letter E, period, Bravo, and you're listening to the Total Nonstop Impact Podcast.
This is the jaw-jacking Tuesday Night Impact, and his mother called him son because he shines like one. Mocha Skin Manimal, Rohit Raju, and you are watching Total Nonstop Impact.
This is Taya La Güera Loca, and you are listening to Total Nonstop Impact.
The Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander, and you're listening to Total Nonstop Impact.
We are the Rascals, and you are listening to Total
Nonstop
Impact Podcast, baby.
Woo! And what you're really listening to is Total Nonstop Impact. Don't you dare miss a lesson. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
What's up, Impact Wrestling? Let's make some noise!
Sitting here, you guys got a 15-minute intro of putting yourselves over while I'm sitting here and watching J-Bone and Kaylon and you're 50. I never saw a 15-minute intro of three guys putting themselves over.
This is the good stuff.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Total Nonstop Impact Talk for Impact fans, featured right here on the TNI Network. This is the Impact Plus weekly roundtable talk show. This is Trent Law. It's my two co-hosts this evening. We have J-Bone over. Oh, I did it right, J-Bone. I got the box right. J-Bone to my box left. And the legend, the front row legend himself, Bill Gardner's in the house. Bill, what's happening?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
All right, good to have you back, Jay. How you doing? How was the holiday, gentlemen? How was the 4th of July holiday for you guys? And what's going on?
It was simple. It was peaceful. It was quiet. I know a lot of people. I saw people all over online dealing with, fireworks, and depending on what city they went off, was going off like 24/7, like LA and New York and whatever.
A lot of fireworks.
Mine was quiet. I did a bunch of yard work. I did some grilling yesterday. If you guys saw my Instagram, my chicken was primo, and today, my wife made homemade spaghetti. It was in the crock pot all damn day, and the sauce was just, my God. God bless Mrs. J-Bone. That's all I got to say.
Now, Bill, I don't remember getting an invite to this shindig. Do you? I mean, I must have gotten lost in the mail.
It got lost in the mail. It's maybe with Kyle's prize T-shirt of last week. Lost
that
in the
could
mail,
be.
I guess.
Hey, listen, we're holding him to that. That bastard's going to send somebody a T-shirt. He's supposed to go through all the comments and send somebody a T-shirt. But anyway, Bill, you had some fun this weekend. Why don't you tell people where you were this weekend? We were just
I did have some fun. Yesterday I did a doubleheader with two wrestling shows. I did the GCW Backyard Show, and then I went from there. That was in New Jersey. I went to the ICW No Holds Barred Deathmatch Drive-In, the next version of that. They had one last week. Then went to that for an evening show. So busy day of wrestling. So kind of feeling like old times a little bit.
Did they have fireworks go off at the show, or is that
they didn't do well? Well, at the backyard, they did have some home TNT amusement type fireworks, with some sparklers and things like that. Some Roman candles being used in matches, so things like that going on. Gotcha. And then at the one later in the night, there was some that was in Millville because they had to move it due to protests from AC. There was some in the background somewhere, so I guess some township nearby was doing some fireworks.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
But plenty in the ring to keep us busy with the fireworks.
So I'm sure somebody incorporated some damn fireworks in the ring and in those matches.
Oh, definitely.
Bottle, Roman candle fights, shit like that.
Bottle rockets.
Nice, very nice, cool, good weekend. I was out with the nurse. Her nurse's birthday is tomorrow, so I'm just getting a couple birthday things. Got her a couple things. We're gonna celebrate a little more tomorrow, but we watched some fireworks. I live right at the beach. and it was buck wild in the in Chicago. There were fireworks until 3 a.m. last night. Unbelievable what was going on. So I just took one of those folding chairs. We just went out there and set up and just let other people spend their money on fireworks. It was great. So I didn't have to pay a fucking dime for it. It was awesome. But this comment from Critical Sting says, "Go bang somebody's wife." I'm just I'm appalled by this. Oh, the T-shirt's there. That's
look at the
T.
There you go. Austin 316 says, "I just banged your wife."
So you're pulling
it's a bangorama.
It's a bangorama.
It's been a bangorama.
There we go. We even got a soundbite on the throwback show. It's very nice.
I'm gonna bang his wife.
We got some people in the. Let's say hi to some people in the chat here, Jay. We got Javon Claire. That's I don't remember seeing this name before.
Hey, Javon. I know Javon. He's out in Vegas. Yeah, he normally sits. He normally is with me in Vegas. How's it going, Javon?
There you go. Beautiful. Javon, great photo with the Sinister Minister right there, huh? Look at that.
We've got a lot of great photos back to the WCW days.
Nice, Javon. Share those photos. I'd love to see them. We got Hakeem Fulton, Gary Rossetti, Critical Stings in here. Millard Harris, his sister's birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday to your sister. Bell's Boy, Impact Wrestling for Life is in here with a SmackDown logo. Impact Wrestling for Life. I'm gonna need you when you jump into this show to change that profile picture just for the hour we're in here. How about that?
And all the social medias are making it very easy to add the Slammiversary logo to your social media.
That's very right. Paul Nelson here, Neeson, Swag fan, everybody. Man, you guys just I love the response of the Sunday show. Oh, this is fantastic. What else we got here? Well, I'm in here. Look at that.
Trent,
what's up?
Your mic.
Microphone. Oh shit.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Keep talking.
All right, no dead space. We keep on talking. Trent's got some technical difficulties he's been working through recently. We'll get him back here uno momento, sooner rather than later. Here he is.
I don't know what happened. Is it better?
Oh, there it is. There you go.
I don't know what's going on. It's like robotic sounding. Is that what's going on here?
Yeah, sounds like digital sped up. Yeah,
I don't know what's happening there. That's really weird. I thought I fixed it. I thought it was fixed. If it happens again, I'm gonna see myself out. But all right, hopefully it doesn't happen again, guys. But anyway, all right.
Well, you got a decent phone. We could just click on the link through your phone and just sit there and.
I might have to. I don't want my damn I pay a lot of money for this microphone, J-Bone.
I hear you, man. It's an investment. I hear you, man. It's
gotta be the cable. Weird. It's a weird little error. I'm not sure what's going on there. All right. Everybody's in the house here.
Don't bump the table. Don't touch the table.
Yeah, try not to. I plugged right into the thing. I don't know. Maybe it's the cable. I don't know. I'm not taking any chances. Maybe I beat this thing up too much. Who knows what happened? But all right. So what's going on, Jay? You said you had some news. Let's start off with the news.
All right. So, the free agency thing has just been kind of like blowing up social media everywhere. Like, it's not just WWE, folks, that people are waiting for their 90-day things. Oh, no. There's much more free agency out there. If you just hunt a little, the news is out there. One of the more prominent ones that hit within this past week that I don't think we talked about last week. I don't remember, but I'm bringing it up because some more details came out. Bully Ray is a free agent officially. That actually happened back in April. It was just kind of a hush-hush thing. It was mutual between the companies, especially with it was a combination of things. It was, how everything just like went to shit when the COVID thing, shows are canceled. His contract was up, and it was just like, all right, they just kind of felt like he did everything he could. And I think he kind of felt the same way, even though he was in the middle of just starting a program with Maria Manic. Now, he had mentioned in interviews past that he had contemplated, the name was brought up about doing a program with Tessa Blanchard.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Tessa Blanchard, of course, as we all know, unless you've been staying under a rock the last few weeks, is no longer with Impact Wrestling.
Right.
Now, I don't think for a moment that factor is going to deter him if he still wanted to do something, if he was called upon to, hey, we got this thing we'd like you to do in Impact Wrestling. I don't think that one thing would stop him necessarily. So I just want to throw that around the table and see what everyone's thoughts on that is. I mean, I think a lot of people would say, of course, aces and eights, but the roster's night and day different from when he was in last time.
Would you like to see him back in aces and eights for one night only? Bill, I'm going to ask you. Would you like
I think since he was the leader of the aces and eights, if they can come to an agreement on like a pay per appearance type deal, I just wouldn't want to get in a situation where you give him too much power backstage. Like that, we've seen how that goes with Bully Ray. So I just would want to avoid that. But if you can get him to work a short program, a number of dates, I don't see a harm in that. I think it would help if aces and eights is the way they want to go. So
my thought is this. They bring them in for Slam. All these guys are potentially coming for Slam. Then you're taping about 6 weeks of TV, right? So you got 6 weeks of TV. You know, that's a program. You bring some of these guys, and they don't not necessarily be contract guys, but they can have a program. It's like, here, you're in for a feud. 6 weeks, a lot of TV. Coming in for a feud, maybe a couple other matches, tape some Xplosion, some promos, boom, boom, boom. Nice. Thanks for being here. Pay per appearance. See you later. It's
a nice quick payday, both for the performer and the company. Like, who knows? Maybe they have 8 guys show up by Slammiversary to then work TV. But then after, you're right, that set of tapings, the following taping, maybe that goes down to 3 or 4.
Exactly. Because you don't need all. I mean, it's a nice little wow factor to bring them in for tapings, come in, have a good run. Hey, get some dream matches out of the way. Cool. Thanks for being here. You know, move on to the next one. What do you think, Jay? What are you in for?
I agree totally. Look, you know, these are crazy times, and it's hard to. I mean, some would say it's easy to put yourself in their feet, but you know what? It's or their shoes. Excuse me. Not really. You know, but you got to think that these guys, some of the free agents, have been with said company, the big company, for between 10 to 15 years.
Yeah.
You can imagine that some people just want a breath of fresh air. Now, some people might think that the 90 days is enough of a breath of fresh air, but not everybody wants to jump smack dab, boom, into another long multi-year contract. Unless you are that much behind building this brand.
Right.
So look, we got a couple weeks till Slammiversary. We all know Slammiversary is going to be batshit crazy with surprises. We all know that.
Right.
I just want to throw this out there. If I can change your mind on one thing, look, don't be insanely flipped on your head if some of these people decide to show up in Impact Wrestling, do a cup of coffee, like you said, a taping or 2.
6 weeks, you know, one taping is a lot of TV.
Yeah.
Think about it. A month and a half is a lot of TV time.
And the more surprises they got showing up, the more content they got to fill. So it could be even longer. You know, their typical taping ratio could end up to be even longer, like 8 weeks. Who knows?
Exactly.
Look, it's more money for everyone. It's more opportunities for everyone. More options, period. But I'm just saying, prepare yourself, because maybe not everybody wants to come to Impact Wrestling and stay in Impact Wrestling. Now, the reason why I say that is because I know a lot of people, including some of the people from this crew, have been very critical of Deonna Purrazzo's situation. It's how it sounds like, oh, she doesn't want to maybe stay in Impact too long. But like I said, put yourself in their shoes. If they were so unhappy somewhere else and you immediately jump into this place, maybe not everybody wants to keep a double foothold in there, is all I'm saying. You know, so be prepared. Look, the future's still going to be, Slammiversary is going to be incredible. The future's wide open for all these free agents.
Right.
Put yourselves in their shoes for a minute. Don't be pissed if not everybody wants to just, we're not staying in Impact Wrestling. Look, it's still going to be a lot of fun. There's only so many places to work, so let's see what they do, is all I'm saying.
It's kind of like the territory days in a way, right, Bill? I mean, it's like you know, hey, work a program for 6 weeks, 6 months, whatever. Move on to the next one.
Yeah,
get paid. You have a run
here.
Your
town this week. That's how you look at it. They're coming to our territory, and I think I'm starting to really think we could see a lot. We could see a lot come, but I think it's going to be some for probably some short programs and then probably go away. But or like everyone's going to be like on like maybe no one's even signed to an official contract. But maybe after that set of tapings, Don and Scott see kind of the reaction and go from there.
That's what I'm saying. Come in, have a good time, have some cool matches, get out. We'll see somebody else come through. I mean, and come back in a year maybe. If you're not signed up anywhere, come back in a year, do it again. I mean, in a day where there's no fans, there's nothing in the arena, what the hell's stopping anybody from just making it a rotating? You have your core. You always keep your core. That's like those are your guys. And then you have some floaters come in and out. What the hell? I mean, I don't consider Deanna a knockout. Like, she's not an Impact girl to me. You know, she's there right now. She hasn't settled in as a knockout on the roster to me. Yeah. And if she really does have the attitude of, hey, I'm stopping here for a little bit. Well, cool. Then you're working a program to me, and you're going to move on somewhere. Maybe you'll come back in a year, do it again. I'm not opposed to it. There's no fans in the audience, guys. Let's get different. Let's just try different shit at this point. That's what I'm saying. So
yeah, that's a great way to look at it. I mean, and I did this recently, you know, for someone who's seen a crap ton of wrestling, you know, look at the old school days where some of these monsters came in from who knows where, from God knows when, you know, and fought people like Hulk Hogan back in the day.
That's right.
You know, and it's like, well, where's this guy from? Oh, I don't know. Well, you know, he's around for a few months and he's the big bad guy and he's going through everyone. And now there's the big pay-per-view coming up, you know, one of the big four, and he's got to face Hogan. And Hogan looks like, you know, the jobber here, but he's got to come back and Hulk up and face this big bad guy. It's the same thing, only different. It's a different time and it's a different place, same scenario.
I don't know if any of you guys watch Memphis wrestling. I was a big Memphis wrestling guy, and that's what they would do. It was the monsters versus Jerry Lawler. You'd bring in a new monster to take on Lawler every time. You know, he was the territory guy, and there'd be these new rotating roster of just monsters who come in to try to dethrone Lawler. Then you have guys who come back in, work a long program, they take off, they go somewhere else, they come back in a year. It could be a lot of fun. Consider it that we got a core, but we got some rotations too. I'm not opposed to it, and it only helps the brand. Like,
yeah, you know? Yeah, it helps you cement the people on your own roster under contract, because obviously if they're just coming in for a program, when that feud has a blow off, they're not winning that match. Your guy that's going to stay on the roster is, so that helps put them over. So nothing wrong with that, because that was the territory days.
And on top of that, let's say Deanna's in, right? Let's say you get invested in Deanna. Somebody followed her from NXT to watch her at Impact. They watch her at Impact. They're like, I really like her. She goes to AEW tomorrow. And it's like, oh, I was watching her Impact. You know, I'm going to check out Impact. I'm going to stay watching Impact because I like what they did with her. I wonder who else they got coming in. That guy's going to watch Impact now. You know, maybe he's an everyday Impact viewer because he wasn't before. Maybe now AEW people are looking at like, oh shit, she had a great run on Impact. I'm going to see what else they got going on. They'll start flipping over here. It only helps the business. It's almost a reset button.
It's all word of mouth too.
Yeah.
Big reset button on the business. Think about
it. I'm sure
those
fans are looking back at Impact with LAX versus the Lucha Brothers.
Absolutely.
And be like, look at what they did with them. How is this not happening on a weekly basis?
Absolutely. So consider that, guys, that this is honestly, it's almost like life comes full circle. You go back to the territory system, like kind of like a loose territory system, unheard of. You know, I mean, look, the WWE, which is the company that broke the territory system, is suffering terribly, and they're letting people go, and they're doing they're bringing these guys back like from the dead almost in a way. You know, like MVPs on TV again. I don't against MVP, but you have a factory of people that you're putting together. EC3 gets let go, and MVP gets re-signed at 50 years old. Like, it's just like, what do you know what I mean? Like, what are we even doing? It's just at this point.
Oh yeah,
change it up. Go back to a short run territory system. I'm not opposed to it. I really am not at this point. We'll see. Any more news, Jay? Anything else to discuss?
I just want to remind people. This is just a real quick note. This isn't a long discussion piece. Real quick note. Delayed programming this coming week for Impact Wrestling. Just want to remind everyone.
Right.
If you watch it on well, I guess anywhere for that matter, but AXS TV and or Twitch, or you follow us on the watch alongs on Twitch, wink, wink. You can do that every week. You got to watch it an hour later than you used to. And so instead of 7 Central, it's 8 Central.
Yes. That's Ringo Starr's birthday celebration. I think, what is he, 80th birthday or 75th? I couldn't see what it was. But,
Impact fans don't care. They just want their Impact. They hate Ringo Starr right now.
I think he's 80 years old. I love Ringo. Hey, I'm a big Beatles guy. If anybody in the chat's a Beatles fan, that's why. I mean, hey, it's a Beatle. It's a Beatle turning 80. There's 2 left, for God's sake.
Right. Yeah. And so, and AXS TV does
75th. All right. He's a younger man than we thought.
He's younger. He was younger than She was younger. I thought he was.
I knew he was the oldest Beatle, though. He was the oldest Beatle at the time.
He can't be 75th then, because
isn't Paul about that age?
Well, John died in he was born in 40 and he died in 80. He was only 40 when he died.
80, yeah.
So 75. It's not 100 Hurricane. It's not 100.
Oh, come on.
I think it's
leave Ringo. Peace and love.
I think it's 80. Somebody look this up. I think he's 80 years old. Anyway, I love the Beatles. Hey, and if Ringo Starr's alive, he's with us. He's gonna get his bump for an hour on that, so that's fine. But
yeah, it's AXS TV Rock and Wrestling. So there you go.
Honestly, it would not shock me if Impact gets an increase on AXS TV.
Why not?
That's going to be a nice crowd, I'm thinking, and tuning in.
You got to go right into it, though.
Right into it. Like hot segment. To start off.
Like, yeah, it's the
birthday. If Kevin's around, make sure it happens, guys.
That's it, man. That's it. You got to go right into a hot segment. Put on the girls. That'll catch some casual people's eyes. You open up some knockouts. Some of these fans watching Ringo sing like, well, what's going on here? I'm hoping I'm sure they know about it. I'm hoping they do it. That'd be interesting. So yeah.
How about that hot tag?
That hot tag. Ringo tags in. Well, yeah. So if you guys are watching, remember, an hour later, we'll be here we'll do the watch along. It should be an hour later. So, a little hour more to rest and then catch yourself for the night. But cool. Thanks for that reminder, Jay. Anything else on? It is 80. See, Bell's more sense. 80 years old.
80. There we go. Wow.
Oh, there we go. It is 80. Okay, that makes sense.
But all right. Any other news, Jay, or should we jump into the Xplosion talk?
One last piece here. Actually, 2, but I'll try to make them quick. Madman Fulton had a great little interview on WrestleZone on what was it, June 30th. They put it up on the WrestleZone YouTube. I usually don't plug news sites or stuff, but that's where I got it from. They did the interview with him, and man, if there is anyone up and coming, I mean, he's been with the roster just a little over a year now, if you think about that. And he's had that first year, he had that first run. He talked about his time with OVE, and now he's with Ace Austin, and man,
yep, he
is one word, folks. He is hungry, and
sure is.
And I think now we could talk about this more as we get into this Xplosion review for some of the matchups and stuff. But man, I think he's either going to be a significant part of the main event in Slammiversary, or he just may be that 4th man at Slammiversary. And I'll talk more about that as we get into stuff later. But folks, I'm telling you right now, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised.
All right, listen, that kid's got something, no question. He's got a good head on his shoulders too, and he's got a great fucking look. Like we talk about this every week. That's a big boy.
He's a monster. He is Impact's monster, legit.
My only thing with him is that, and it's not a shot at him. He's young, and it's comfort level that comes with being on screen. And he's doing it more ever since the breakaway from OVE. But I want more of that, like when he's yelling and threatening to his opponent, have it come off less like I'm supposed to be doing this as part of character, and more like I'm doing this because I'm a big scary motherfucker. Like I want you to just do it because you legitimately are a big scary dude. Do it because of that instead of like I'm supposed to scream here now, because I don't want him because let loose, relax on the threat level of your being, because you definitely convinced me. I'm freaked out by you. You can just be ordering a burger at McDonald's. I'd be like, holy shit. You know, like that dude has that presence about it. Just come off a little looser, more natural about it. And I think teaming with Ace is going to help him. I really do think so. Ace is a trained actor. Ace has that comfort level in front of the camera. That kid's going to bring it out in him. I think he's definitely going to be the one to bring it out. And I see only good things for Fulton, man. This guy is one that I can't believe WWE let him go. Honest to God, I can't believe they let him go.
No, he fits that prototype of what they're looking for. So it is surprising. Like he's huge. He's got that it factor.
Yep.
That's a guy that I agree. Like I know when we were talking about before, I think there is a chance that he's that fourth man just because of how they're doing that storyline with him. But it seems a little too soon. That's the only thing. It would seem too soon with obviously the guy that he's working with also part of that match. It would seem too one-sided, just the Ace Austin gets that belt that easily.
Yeah.
But
it's a bit soon. I'd like to see it. Okay, like I'll put it this way. I'm more in line with like I'd love Ace to win it. And then you have Fulton. I mean, go the Diesel Shawn route, you know? Like you literally have him. He's your enforcer. He makes sure the belt stays on you. And eventually he gets sick of being the fucking the second tier guy. And he's like, well, fuck you. Where's my title shot? You know, I want a shot at this. Why do I get to rise up? Because Ace is a perfect type like that. Don't worry, big man. You're fine. Yeah, you know, rather than Diesel, I'm more like when Sid was with Shawn. I'll never forget when Sid and Shawn, like he turned on him. And he's like, I'm gonna give you the night off, big man. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Like basically, you didn't get the job done. And he's like, you don't tell me what to do. You know, fuck you. And he like turned on him. It's a perfect scenario. Perfect scenario. Big dude, turn on the little, the shit heel pipsqueak guy who's been bossing you around for a year. Screw you. I want my title shot. I'm all for it. I think you can create a star in this 4-way. You can make a new guy. Jay, what do you think?
I was going to wait on this scenario, but I'm just going to jump into it as long as we're talking about it. They showed something on the Impact in 60 a couple weeks ago, and it was such a tremendous, and I remember watching it live, and I was so pissed off. It was the King of the Mountain match where Samoa Joe helped Kurt Angle win the King of the Mountain.
Okay.
And,
yes.
And this is going to be similar but different. It's like if he almost wished for a second that Fulton wasn't tied to Ace Austin, and Fulton somehow got thrown in this because he's taking out competitors. Don't be surprised if he becomes that fourth man. He took out Eddie. He took out Trey. Who's to say he might be that fourth guy that gets announced last minute? And then so he goes in looking like he's going to be a bit of a threat to Ace Austin, and he gets up on that ladder. Well, it's not a King of the Mountain match, but let's just say they turned it into one just for scenario's sake. He grabs that belt and then looks down and says, Ace, hey, get up here.
You could. Listen, lots possible. I love that we don't know. We have no rumors at all. Nothing's leaked, which I think is beautiful on this. Nothing's leaked on this, and I think it's great. So let's keep the guesses coming. I think it's going to be an exciting time no matter what. This is going to be a lot of fun. But either way, you have a good team. And my scenario is Ace wins it. You got Ace and Moose build it to Slammiversary, just Bound for Glory. Ace, Moose, two homegrown guys, Bound for Glory, full unification, title, boom, call it a day right there. That could be epic. And hopefully, and who knows, Bound for Glory could be the first pay-per-view back with fans at that point. Depending on how the country goes, we might get a fan event. That could be an epic one to have. So that's my thing. I'm going with that one, depending on what the caveat of who the fourth guy is.
That's the big mystery, because it's tough to pick the mystery person without knowing. Because whoever that fourth is, it could be anybody. It could be Cousin Jake. Could be Rohit. Could be anybody.
I also want it to make sense, though. You know what I mean? Like who's going to come in on a fourth spot? But I don't want it to be where I don't know. I mean, like EC3 comes, that'd be great. I love EC3. Don't get me wrong. But what right does he have to be a contender for a title coming in? You lost your title fair and square when you left.
Well, he could say he got screwed out of that briefcase for a world title shot.
He could say that. It'd have to be a callback. It's got to be a callback to make sense. Because if you just throw a guy in there, it's like, hey, so you're in the title. It's like, what the fuck's the logic? You know, like you got to make sure there's logic. And if there is a callback to some logic, you need to remind us, like the episode before, drop the little hints like you've been dropping. Drop a little hints in there and let us know, like, oh shit, and remind us there was a fucking so-and-so, he got screwed, whatever it may be. But we definitely need to see something along those lines. So we'll find out. We'll find out in time. So a couple weeks. I mean, how many days do we have left, boys? This is 13 days.
13
days. Yeah, that's right there. It's coming up. So it'll be here before you know it.
Oh yeah, it's coming quick.
Yeah, with the post show right now. 13 days from now will be the post show.
How about that? How
we'll know what happened.
How now? Billy Body is supposed to join us for that post show. I'm going to make sure he's in with us. Billy Body, if you guys don't know, runs the Dirty Sheets website and podcast over in the UK. He is, I'm talking, a true insider. He's not some of these BS dirt sheet guys. He is an insider with actual inside info. No sources revealed, but all shit that checks out. Billy's got a lot of true info. He asked if he can join. He's got some talk on Impact that he wants to share. So this is where you get some real stuff. He's a very interesting guy. And so I'm going to try to work it out, make sure he'll be on with us for the post show. If not the post, the weekly show following Slam. I got to figure it out with him. He's in the UK. Time difference might play into that a little bit. So we'll see what's up. But if you aren't familiar with Billy Body, he's definitely, I want to call him dangerous because the guy's got info he's got info that other people don't. And it's pretty, and it all checks out, which is crazy. So we'll find out, guys.
That's what Russo called him, Mr. Dangerous.
He calls him dangerous, but he knows his shit though, man. All right, let's jump into Xplosion, Jay. Let's get that going here. All right, we had the match. Ace Austin and Suicide was the match today. Ace Romero looked fantastic. I gotta say, Ace Romero dropping all that weight. What's great in that Suicide costume?
He's also growing his hair out a little bit.
Growing his hair out too. I don't know what's going on with that kid. A good man. I still don't know who the hell's in that goddamn costume. I literally every time I watch Impact, guys, I'll text Basil a new guess. And I'll be like, it's so and so, and he's like, wrong. I'm like, fuck you, man. Like, just tell me who it is. But he won't tell me. He's kayfabing it. He won't tell me. But I don't know. Good match. What do you think, Bill? I thought it was fun. It was standard. Like,
it was good. It was a good back and forth. Like, it wasn't a one-sided. Like, since Ace is in the main event, it wasn't completely dominated by him. They were going back and forth. But obviously Ace had to win that, but they still made Suicide look strong. I know Josh was really putting him over as an X Division contender. Yeah. So maybe we're going to see something there again in the future, especially because I think that's where Chris Bay started off with. If for some reason Chris Bay takes that title, maybe they renew that again.
Potentially, yeah.
But no, it was a good match. I think it was a good match for Xplosion. Because you got Ace on there, who we're talking about maybe is the next world champion. So I think that's a good guy to get on there.
Visibility, like I always say, you got to keep guys on TV in some form or fashion. Every week, even if it's the little skit, like Hernandez playing cards with the Deaners, swinging her in the back with so-and-so. Just every week, I got to see a little something. Keep them in front of our eyes. Right, Jay? We're always talking about this.
Oh yeah, it's keeping the guy relevant. It not has to be in ring, but visually he's always here. We're putting him in front of your eyes, so you're always thinking about him.
I want it to be a situation where it's like, if I'm just starting to watch this show this week, if I just am a new guy flipped on AXS, I should see these guys you're trying to make, because if I like what I see, I want to come back next week. I don't want it to be a scenario where it's like, oh, I like that Ace Austin kid, but he's not on next week because it's just, they keep him off a week. Can't be. I might be a guy who flips on AXS and loves the Deaners. I'm like, that was fucking hilarious. Is that a thing they do every week? I'm going to tune in next week and find out if they're not on the show next week. So it's like, I need something. And I think there's enough time to film a little nuggets, 2 minutes here, a minute here, whatever, backstage interaction, run-ins, that stuff's fine. And then matches. Obviously, a guy can't have a match every week, but on my TV in front of my eyes at some point, I got to see it. So hopefully, and I know there was more of that this week, Bill. There was more of those little reminder segments everywhere. Everybody was on at some point this week.
Yeah, it seems like they're really, and especially with the explosions the last 2 weeks, you're definitely getting that Ace Madman storyline is really what they're telling. Because last week, this week, you're seeing the matches because and obviously they've been the main events of the TV show too. So, that's the heavily featured storyline in the main event picture.
I gotta say though, guys, I gotta rant on this though. The Fulton attacking Trey thing. I brought this up on the show, on the weekly, but they just kind of like casually just let it be that was it. Like we didn't really get a proper payoff. Am I crazy?
No, we're still getting just like that was Madison. She acknowledged it, and we either take that as that's what happened, or we still don't know. Is what I'm thinking. Either we still don't know, and that, or because really the only one that's confirmed that is Madison.
Exactly.
And like an offhanded comment, not like a big reveal.
I was like, is that it though? Like
that was to close the show. It must have been him that attacked Trey, and that's it. And then one more reference, I think, the following week from Madison again.
So it's just Madison so far, right? I mean, like Jad brought it up on Tuesday. Like that can't be it. Like that can't be how they just kind of brush this one under the rug, though. It doesn't really add up to me. It just doesn't add up.
And it could have been something to be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And maybe they'll completely swerve us and throw something huge at us, like at Slammiversary or just past Slammiversary to explain it. Who knows? Yeah.
Yeah. Unless you get like maybe a treehouse segment or something where Trey brings it up as his build for the pay-per-view goes.
Right.
I think there's a very good chance if there is that new Aces and Eights with Ace Austin as part of it or the leader of it, that it was his henchman, not Fulton. It was somebody else that gets revealed. It was Doc Gallows. It was somebody that really was the one that knocked him out.
I'll go with that. I'm okay with that. If we get a proper, like, you made it. I mean, good writing. You're making us think. You're making us think it's it was Fulton, but it's like, oh shit, wait a minute, no, it wasn't. You just guessed it was, and so did we. So I'm okay with that. If you write this proper. Now, hang on, we got a great comment by Millard Harris here. Caleb Conley tweets about Impact a lot. Still think that different people have been suicided since he's back. This is a great theory. This is, I think, a really plausible and great theory that it's kind of like the Simpsons and Springfield thing. It's like, what Springfield where? It's like, then they tell you, but in different markets, it told that it was a different state kind of thing. Like it's never actually told what state Springfield it is, but it could be the same thing. It's different people under the costume every week. I'm totally cool with that. I think that's hilarious. And then like we do a big like reveal in like 2 years where there's like an Impact Plus special about all the people who played Suicide at some point talking about it. It'd be great. So I'm for it. I think it's a funny thing to do. I'm down to do that. So we'll see. Totally cool. All right. Now the Around the Ring was fun. Friend of the show this week, J-Bone. John, capital E, period, Bravo. Guest of David Penzer on Around the Ring. That was cool to see. I love hearing his story. He's got a great story. He's got a great career story, Bill. I think he talk about 22 years into the business. Or
22, yeah.
22 until he got his break.
So
don't play sound bites over me.
Unbelievable, though. 22 years. I mean, that just tells you, like, they stick with it. You never know when your break's coming, huh?
Yeah, like he was saying, like he was working retail, right? He was working retail that whole time, and then his store closed down, and it kind of all worked out.
I mean, that's remarkable. To me, that's remarkable, Jay. I mean, like, don't ever give up, huh? Like, you never know when the break's coming.
Yeah, it honestly, one word, inspirational.
Very, so.
He was doing stuff and got into the business and working in the business as hard as he could, 20 years, and then got his chance to get into Impact Wrestling / become the senior representative. This is back when the whole company was getting flipped on his head. They were letting all the regulars go. The Hebners are gone. All the regular refs. They brought in all the new ones, Kid, Brandon Toll, Johnny Bravo, and others. And, man, so between that and working hard in the wrestling school, it's they say hard work eventually does pay off. And look at him now. He's one of like the crowning achievements is goofy. I think some people just overlook him, but man, look at him. He's been with top performers ever since changing the ref scenario. He's been tied to champions. You can't knock that.
I love it.
That's a sign. They wouldn't stick him with other people if they were like, no, he needs to be with someone because we know he's got the potential.
And look at his growth. You know, by the way, real side note, if anyone hasn't heard it, he gave a great, I think it was a 2-parter. I'm not sure it's 2-parter or 1-parter, but a long one. He did Tommy Dreamer's House of Hardcore podcast and gave the whole life story. I'm talking beginning to end. If you haven't heard that, guys, go check that out. If you like Bravo, it's a great story. It really, I mean, I gained even more respect for him after watching that because I was like, man, this is what a guy. And he's a great friend of the show. You know, even though he roasts Jay, you know, just for shits and giggles, why don't you play that that Bravo roast video? Remind everybody how he treated us when he was on the show. Why don't you play that for everybody?
This now just a reminder, everyone. This was Alicia's second weekend. She was still real shy, a little timid, you know, and she's really coming out of her shell now, and she's really becoming a genuine part of the show now. Props to her because, you know, just getting thrown into this with a bunch of guys and talking wrestling can be a little weird, a little intimidating, I think. And she's grown lovely. And this was the second weekend with Johnny Bravo as a guest.
I don't know whether to say congratulations or I'm sorry.
Oh, shit. Get out of here, Ace Romero.
Did I play the wrong thing?
Played the wrong goddamn clip there, Jay. We almost blew my
it wasn't the Benny Hill version.
We got 50 clips here on the side. Hang on. Jiminy Christmas.
I did not leave you to any of this. You first, I got enough to deal with Kyle. You almost blew my fucking cover. Shit. Right. I played the goddamn right video, J-Bone.
This is the good stuff.
Oh shit! No, here.
The hell with you.
Who is this Alicia Brutton? Listen up, Touch. What is your name? Alicia? How do you pronounce your last name? Alicia. When have you been on the show? I don't know whether to say congratulations or I'm sorry. I got a couple questions. How do you get hooked up with three gentlemen to do a podcast like this? Like, where does your life go wrong? How does your life go drastically this bad? That like this is the culminate. Is this the greatest thing you've ever done in your life? Because if it is, I'm sorry for you.
Where's the music?
My God. You guys hear me?
We can.
So crazy.
Apparently my mic was going wrong again. Hold on a second.
Uh-oh.
Trent got too into dancing there.
This is why I tell Trent just to stick to metal. He's good at it. Don't do look, I've been at his place. It's not a huge place. There's no room for breakdancing in his pad. You would have to move all the furniture. You cannot break. Oh, hi, Trent. I was just telling everybody.
Was my mic going bad again? Was my mic acting up again? Somebody said in the chat. I don't know.
Oh,
I didn't notice it.
I didn't notice it.
All right. So, man, who the hell's lying to me over here? Yeah. All right.
Somebody's trolling Trent. No, I'm kidding. No, I was just telling everybody how they shouldn't be breakdancing during the Benny Hill music, and if there's no room in your apartment, you got a nice sized pad, but there's no room to breakdance in your pad. You gotta have to move all the furniture over to one place.
Yeah, no place to breakdance.
Yeah, you need room for the cardboard tray.
Just stick to heavy metal, brother.
Try with the cardboard. Breakdancing.
What did I do wrong? I'm not dancing. Was I dancing? What are you guys saying here?
that's how you knocked out the cord.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's the cord. I thought it was fine. It was okay. I mean, it was working. I don't know what's going on. Somebody said it wasn't. So I don't know. Is it you, J-Bone? What's with the silence?
I just produce shit here. Don't look at me.
I think Kill Steal. No Kill Steal. Wait, what are you talking about? Listen, don't mind me. I'm just arranging a couple of things around here. Hang on a sec. Oh shit. Anyway, let's move on with the show.
It's you. You are suicide all along. You're the one making the trips.
He did have long hair.
So. You sly dog, you Trent.
Anyways, as we said, he was growing. He's got more hair and stuff. We guys pointed that out. But anyway, no, great interview, Johnny Bravo. There, it was fantastic. I thought, look, he's a great dude. His story is great, and I think I really encourage anyone to listen to his story. It's a brief one with David Penzer, but get the full in-depth one with Tommy Dreamer, and then also on ours. We have it on our show, so you can go ahead and go back. Go on the channel, It is all in there. It's all the Johnny. We did almost an hour with him, right, Jay? We had him on for an hour at least. I think it was about an hour.
He was around for over a half an hour. It was great.
Yeah, was it a half hour? Okay, no, he was good. It was a great interview. Check it out. He broke our fucking balls, though. That's for damn sure. He definitely did not let us off the hook easy, but definitely good stuff, guys. And he's a great friend of the show. So we really like Johnny Bravo around here. And Bill, you've met him a ton of times, right? At the tape.
Oh yeah, Johnny Bravo is great. I was a fan of Johnny Bravo when he was reffing, and I remember like my first time going up to Windsor because he's like renowned in Windsor.
Oh yeah,
because for BCW, for Border City Wrestling, he was like their top heel in that company for years. So all the fans there hate him when he was just great. He was just a normal ref. He wasn't playing any character. So I was always giving him the cheers. I'm like, yeah, Bravo, good job. Senior official. But I've always like that. He's always been like, I know he talks about in the thing with Penzer, like the other duties he has, but even during when he was ref, like he was always there after the show, helping with all the stuff, like taking stuff down, putting stuff up. So and I've seen him at every show. He's always been one of the coolest guys there. So
he's one of those first to arrive, last to leave guys. You know,
exactly.
I remember he was for Hard to Kill. He was I know my buddy referee Nate was going part of the ring crew, getting things set up for Hard to Kill, and he was there Saturday night, the night before the pay-per-view. He was in there, and Bravo met the whole ring crew. He arranged it all Saturday night. Like they went right from All Glory, not All Glory. What was the one, Bill? The one at the baseball park there. What was that? The Arlington Brawl, right? Arlington Brawl.
Yes, yeah. Texas Live. Yep.
Texas Live.
Brawl. Yeah.
They went right from Texas Live. They had another ring being set up at Hard to Kill. They were all meeting the ring crew. John was the one arranging all that. They were all booking it to the venue for Hard to Kill, and they're all
Bomb Factory. Yep,
Bomb Factory, great place by the way, isn't that? That was a cool place, man.
That was a cool place.
They were all in there setting up, and I mean, till like I think midnight when Nate got back to our Airbnb, we were all in, and then next morning, first guys to be there. You know what I mean? Like John does a lot, and he performed on the show. Let's not forget that part. That talk about a valuable member of your team. You know, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. So I definitely guys check out his interview on our channel as well. I definitely anything to support John, please do because we really love the guy around here.
Yeah, Johnny Bravo needs a shirt. I've been wanting a Johnny Bravo shirt for years. So.
We need one like with the sequence in there and stuff. Why not, man?
Well, that might have to be the closest we get.
I tell you what, if he gets his own PWT shirt, I'm gonna start buying those shirts that he wears from that special shop. I'm gonna start.
Oh yeah.
Buying those.
It was Jogle.com.
Jogle, yeah.
Jogle is where he gets all those awesome shirts. It's JOGAL.com. So if you like John's shirts, Jogle. He doesn't have a promo code though, Bill. I mean, you gotta get this guy a promo code. You know, like
no, I think he did at one point when he first kind of released where he got them from. Okay. I think they just had one going on. Like so I can't confirm, but since we're at a holiday where a lot of people did sales, they might. I don't know. I haven't been on their site lately, but they might have a deal going on right now. I think they had one for like Black Friday. For sure.
I'm on their site now, and I just see John E. Bravo clothing all over this thing. This is fantastic. Go under party shirts, and that's it, man. This is unbelievable.
I like how he said in the interview, like, I wouldn't wear these in real life.
I caught that too. I'm going to plug it into chat, guys. Jogle.com if you are interested in a John E. Bravo shirt. That's the way to go for now. But no, he was such a cool interview. I love him with Penzer. Now, Mark, who was on with us on the Throwback Show on Thursday, he was tweeting out because his big complaint with the Around the Ring is the guy's not being mic'd up properly. Too much background noise. And he texted me, I think Friday. He's like, "Who can I tweet to kind of talk about that? Who can I like get that out to? That I want, they should be louder." And I think I said, Sahadi and probably Tompkins. I'm like, just get those. They're active on Twitter. I'm like, just send them a tweet, see what happens. I think he tagged Penzer in it too. Penzer replied apparently and told Mark that they weren't mic'd up, and I guess going for those first tapings, they weren't mic'd up. So, future tapings, they're mic'd up, and the sound's gonna be
good.
So maybe starting next week and things like that. Maybe once they start getting into those, I don't know how many they taped, but maybe the future ones will be a little louder. So this one was a little better, but I still don't think he was fully mic'd up. So I think going forward, he might get it. So there you go. A little insider info from Mark.
Well, I didn't notice any promos being cut in the background this time.
No, not on this one. Well, last week last week. What was the Chris Bay last week, right? And there were people literally, like you tell, they were just behind the curtain, like just breaking balls, joking around. It's like fucking filming over here, for God's sake. Shut the fuck up. But yeah, hopefully they mic him up and we're good. A little silencer on there. So we'll see what happens, guys. But anyway, Jay, what was the flashback match? This was Slammiversary 9, I believe.
Oh,
I think it was 11.
Was it 11?
Yeah, it was the 9th Slammiversary in 2011.
Which always throws me off too, because it's always like it's Slammiversary 9. Yeah, because they never actually celebrate Slammiversary until 2004. So like, which I get it, but it was like, yeah, it was always a little confusing. But yeah, go ahead, Jay.
Right. This is interesting. It was Slammiversary 2011, the 9th anniversary, and at that time, it was that was a big deal. For the first 10 years, they were really proud of what they'd achieved and how far they'd come. This is interesting. This was the main event of the Slammiversary, but it's for the #1 contendership and the ownership of Kurt Angle's gold medal. I vaguely remember this. I remember more the championship match because that's what stuck with me. That I was so proud. That was when Ken Anderson became champ. I'm a Wisconsin guy. I was so happy when he became champ. Not that this match by any means was an afterthought, because this match is, as much as some people, and including us, we've complained a little at times about, flashbacks and this, that, and the other thing. This match is absolutely a classic, and you could see the emotion on their face going into this match. It was, in my opinion, probably one of Kurt Angle's best matches with the company, because don't quote me if I don't know, was this the last time these two faced each other?
Ooh, this was 2011.
Yeah,
I gotta say at least once more after this. I can't imagine.
Yeah, this is later on, but I don't think it's their last match.
I can't imagine it's the last.
It's probably their best final match.
Because
this is a really good era of Angle right there that this happened during.
Yes, Jarrett too, for that matter.
Jarrett was pretty good here too.
He was. I mean, the chemistry, how these two work together, back and forth, this is two chiseled veterans, and I don't mean chiseled as in they're Greek gods or nothing, but they've been around the block a few times. They've paid their dues. They are in-ring veterans, and two of the best in this company at that time.
It's funny. We always. I'm sorry to cut you off. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It was a tremendous match, and I excuse me, I was pretty sure I remembered who won this one. Kurt Angle does win this one, and he gets his. I think the biggest thing is he gets to keep his gold medal. Not that the #1 contendership isn't important, but it's something tied personally to Kurt. And with the feud that's gone on and off over the years between these two, man, if this was they had a fight on the following episode of Impact. This was their last match. Okay.
Hakeem confirmed it. This was their last match. And Hakeem writes all these articles about Impact. So I'm going to trust you, Hakeem, that's right. That statistic is right.
It sounds right. Cause I don't think we could recall a match after this one. That makes sense.
The era did kind of change after that. I mean, the kind of change of the guard, you went into a lot of different programs after this. So this probably was the last match because they've been fighting for 3 years at that point. So it kind of makes sense. I'm kind of
three or four, because I know he came in hot, and then stuff with Jarrett heated up pretty quickly. Well,
like for example, I was at Bound for Glory 08, and they fought at 08, right? Okay. They fought at 08. Now I'm all confused, but I thought they did. But either way, they've been fighting for years at this point, and it's like, yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense that it was like, all right, that was the last one. It's been going on for such a long time. Why the hell not? So, but I think they did fight in 2008, Bound for Glory, right? So they think about it, that was 2008. We're talking 2011 at this point. So yeah, it makes sense. That was the last match.
Yeah, it was great. It was such a good back and forth match. A lot of close calls, and the commentary was good. It was, I believe it was Tenay, and I didn't write it down, but I believe it was Tenay and Taz. And those two were, those two were good together.
They did have good chemistry. I want to real quick. Muir Neeson pointed out. I was going to say it's at the end of the show. Nurse Nicole's birthday is tomorrow. If on the East Coast, it's her birthday.
Oh,
now.
East Coast, yeah, just turned it, so he was proper. Yeah, happy birthday, Nurse Nicole.
Oh, there you go.
Not in the chat. I think she's sleeping, but guys, if you want to tweet her like right now, Wrestling Nurse on Twitter, give her a little shout. She'll wake up to it. That'll be nice. So definitely give her a little shout. But thank you, Mir, for that. But no, listen, great. The feud was awesome. The Jarrett Angle feud, it had a real element to it. A lot of shit went around this one, Bill. I mean, there were firings and people got let go and marriages and exes and stepkids.
Oh yeah,
there's a lot of real.
Yeah, because I found out you were there later that year because the same year in 2011 is when Philly had Bound for Glory.
That's right. I was there. For that.
Yeah, that was an interesting time in the company's history for sure.
Yeah,
and that's one thing that's one thing that always shocked me. That was between Kurt Angle and Jarrett, how much they involved. I mean, it's good and it's okay to involve real life in your storylines to a point, but there's some real life situations that are so, there's just some stuff you just don't touch, that even now more nowadays, it's more, uneasy to touch certain situation. Perfect example, what Jeff Hardy is going through and what his main scenario is, over there. And it's just, oh God, especially if it touches your own life in certain way in your past, it hits you even harder. Like, oh, you just don't dig this, you just don't dig the storyline. And that's one thing that always shocked me, was how real the storyline was, because it was real, and they put it right smack dab in the middle of the company, was that big divorce thing, and it all played out on television, and that always just made me so uncomfortable to watch. Like, oh my God, how do you do this? I mean,
they had the kids in the promos and stuff. It was a different time. Trent, you probably remember this. Do you remember they made like the TriStar trading card of the family with the kids?
Oh my God. Now that's a reminder. Now that's crazy. The kids had their own TriStar. I totally forgot about that.
Like Jarrett family.
That was nuts, man. Yeah, the Angle kids. Kira and Cody Angle, both two kids. God, I didn't realize that they're all K's. I just realized that. Kurt, Karen, Kira, and Cody. That is it's one of those live, laugh, and love type situations. Like, that's fun. I just realized that. But yeah, though, you're right though, Bill. Holy shit. I never got the TriStar cards though. I think I got a couple of packs. Maybe not. I never got the box. Never a big card.
I think that's the same thing. I think I just had some packs back in the day. I never had like the complete set or anything. I didn't get as much into the cards.
I remember Target used to sell the cards. I would just buy a pack here and there. Never got the box. I was never a big card guy, but I remember they came out with an edition that had an autograph card and like 6 autographs per box. I did get one time. I think I got like Orlando Jordan or something autographed. I was like, what the hell am I gonna do with this? Not a great one to get for free, guys. But yeah, that was the flashback. We had a recap match, right, Jay? It was Eddie and Fulton. That was from last week or a week before.
It was, yeah, from 2 weeks ago. It was Madman Fulton versus Eddie Edwards, and just to play off of what we were talking about at the top of the show, with the whole Ace Austin scenario going into the championship match, and you look at how significant of a player is Fulton here, beating like they said it the second the match ended. Madman Fulton just beat a former world champion. And I can't think that gets lost someplace. That's so significant here. That's why I said at the start of the show, don't be surprised, folks, if Madman Fulton becomes that fourth guy.
Anything can happen.
Just got to win.
Anything can happen because nothing is leaked. Nothing's been spoiled. Honestly, it really, they got us guessing the whole time. That's what I love.
And the thing is, if you listen to that Madman Fulton interview that I was talking about earlier, just how he talks in that interview, and you look at these matches and you start paying attention to how they're saying things in commentary, it really gets you to start thinking that, it's just don't. All I'm saying is don't be surprised. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh yeah, it's the be all end all, and J-Bone said it, and that's it. No. Look, I'm throwing out scenarios here that make sense in my head, but go listen to that interview, and you might see what I'm saying.
Follow Jay's advice. So hey, listen, that was Xplosion. Now, is there new stuff on Impact Plus? Is there anything? I'm hearing they're adding some new stuff, and there's some original program coming. What did I miss? I mean, because I thought there's something that's going to be supposed to be added this week. Or have you guys heard anything about this? I tried finding some info. All I heard is new stuff is coming. Has anybody heard anything about this?
There's rumors that a certain tag team might be recording something for Impact Plus. Maybe a couple of good brothers are recording some content.
Really? Wow. Okay. Shit.
Yeah, and Scott and I think some other talent are putting over when they're referring to like their stuff, their social media exploits.
Interesting. Okay. So keep an eye on Impact Plus. I imagine, like you said, the reason there was a delay on this episode. There was the holiday and everything, but and again, we know they're patching in stuff that was taped for Xplosion into the main show to cover some of the Elgin and cancel culture edits. So I'm curious what this week brings. Are we getting more filler? Are we getting matches added in? What's going on with it? We talked about the other day. It'd be wise to bring. We thought about on Throwback. You might have to drive a few of these guys down to Skyway, do some filming, and for 3 weeks, or no, not 3 weeks, but you guys got 2 weeks worth of stuff at least to patch in. Maybe some hype material, maybe get a couple of the close guys, or just have them film it locally and send it in. I remember one time they did something, and Bill, you might remember this, where they had the guys, this might have been during the Hogan years, they were encouraging everybody to just film promos on their phone and just send them in. Like random, like they'd be at the gym and be like, I'm at the gym right now and I'm getting hyped for this match or whatever. And I get the idea behind it. It actually wasn't bad. I kind of liked it. I think they couldn't sustain it. It was just a lot to ask of the roster to just keep doing that.
I know when we were watching when they first kind of went into lockdown and everyone was like Moose was doing his COVID.
Yes.
They never showed those. Like they post them on social media, but like the what you are the impact hashtag videos. Like I think they reference a couple of them, but definitely that could fill up a lot because a lot of these like Moose's EC3 knockoff promo. That'd be great to put out there. Put it on TV.
Put it on TV. It's filmed perfectly. Put it on TV. I mean, clearly they use the same editor, but put it on TV. I think it's great.
I guess it's EC3's on the other side watching them do it.
Snickering.
I'm assuming they're just trading back and forth, they're just like, all right, now your turn. But absolutely, you got that stuff in the can. I mean, that's filmed. It's on social media. Put it on TV. Why not expose it to more people at that point? I mean, it's already there. You got to fill time. You have to edit out all these segments. Well, here, what the hell? Put it in. So I'm hoping we get that in the next 2 episodes. We will see. This is a good thing. Yeah, let's talk about it, Jay. I'm sure you got this queued up. Impact Wrestling for Life. Oh, he did update his picture. Thank you very much. Look at that. Look at that. Good job. He updated.
That's some more news there, Jay, too, with that tag team he put on there.
Let's talk about Taylor Wilde, and we'll talk about these two.
Yeah.
We'll close out that. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, Taylor Wilde, and this is also from WrestleZone. They plugged her new podcast is called Wild On. Go to Anchor FM, and you can go just look up Wild On, and she's got a couple of episodes in the can. Latest one was an interview with Natalia. So
okay,
but she mentioned in this interview with WrestleZone that things didn't exactly work out how she had originally planned. She was planning on coming back to Impact Wrestling, but it was just supposed to be for lockdown. Now, unfortunately, we know all that went. Lockdown got canceled. Everything got canceled. And it's a multifaceted book when it comes to Taylor Wilde. Number one, she's in Canada.
Yes.
Number two, now granted, there is, she has, what do you say, the permission from the government because it's work related, if she has a contract or, a work permit, whatever you call it, to go, work with Impact Wrestling.
Right.
But she is a firefighter, which means she would have to quarantine for a few weeks in order to do this, which also means she would be losing time with work. So it's a multifaceted thing why it just didn't work out. The lockdown thing was going to work. It was going to be kind of like a try-in, to say, let's see how this goes. And if that works out really well, we'll see, what we can do from there. But, yeah, it just, and I don't think I think it's more of a never say never thing, just because things are so tumultuous in the world right now. It's scary, and travel and just work and just fighting. She's another one of those fighters on the front line, so never say never. We certainly could see her down the line somewhere. We've seen it all over the place, all over social media. Fans want to see her back. They were so excited about the chance, but yeah, so there's that update on Taylor Wilde. She's not coming back, but now at least why. It's it's work, it's everything. So
yeah, it's a little tough. It's a little tough in her case because that's not her full-time job anymore. So for her to they're going to mandatory quarantine for 2 weeks. You lose out on your pay. I mean, it's hard for some people to do that. Guys like the North, that's their full-time job, and they can quarantine if they have to, but they're coming back and forth. So they'll I'm sure they're in a different position. So speaking of the North, though, Bill, you brought it up. Why don't you talk about set that up? And
they just acknowledged the North have now been champions for a year. That's 1 year, one calendar year. Wow. I think either maybe 22 defenses, something like that. They had in that span.
Yep, and he mentioned 366 days because last year was a leap year, apparently, right?
Yes.
So I think they got an extra day out of it, which I think is brilliant. Like they need to sell that. But a whole year as Impact Wrestling Tag Team Champions, they broke the record previously set by who had the previous record though? Was it LAX?
I think it was LAX, the recent LAX.
Was it? It was them, right? It was them who had the previous.
I thought it was like a combined winnings, like a combined thing. Like they were champions from this time to this time, and was added on to the next time, added on to the next time. I thought that's what it was.
There was a reign that was just that they beat a little while ago. A couple like last week they beat the longest reign, but now they hit the year. I think it was LAX who had it previously. Not sure which incarnation though, but yeah, congrats to Josh and Ethan. Like I know again, you're talking two guys who grew up watching this. You know what I'm saying? Like they're TNA kids. I mean, Ethan Page is 30 years old. He's not that old. He was 12 years old when this company started. Like let's consider that. So he grew up.
We have to find out where Ethan. Did you see his TNA face mask?
I did. He got it from Brandon.
When he got a haircut.
Cole, his wife made that. She's
the TNA one. Nice.
She stitched it together. She's great. She made her Bound for Glory dress at Bound for Glory. She was walking out with that Bound for Glory dress. She made totally a bunch of masks. Like she knits. I'm like, why aren't you guys selling it?
Yeah,
like,
they're missing that. They're missing that right now.
You guys are totally missing it, man. But
you can get a Hemi one.
Yeah, you can get a Hemi one for sure. I'll put the link. I'll put the link at the bottom right goddamn now if you want to get the Hemi one. There definitely is a Hemi one at HemiMusic.com. Yeah, it's in the description. It goes in the description. It's right there, guys. Right there. But no, definitely pick up a Hemi one. But yeah, links at the bottom in the little ticker here too. But how is Impact not selling masks? I don't get it. Like that's money on the table. I'd buy one. I know Bill would buy one for sure. Like we definitely would buy one. You put a TNA
I got
one
everyone
out.
else's. Come on.
I mean, shit. I'm hard to kill one was a layup. I mean, can we be honest here? Like having a hard to kill mask on is a fucking laugh. Maybe some people might take it offensively, but I don't know. But I think it's pretty cool. I'd fucking wear that.
Wearing that at an Impact show. Think of the first Impact show. I'm sure masks will still be required at that whatever that point is. If everyone in the audience has a hard to kill on there, come on.
That'd be badass.
The optics are great. I love it.
I love it. I fucking love it, man. I'd rock one.
Yeah. And speaking of wearing a mask, everyone, please wear a mask so I can leave my house. I mean, I might even pick one of those up just so that I could leave my house.
There you go. Kevin's in there. Hey, Kevin, how you doing? Hard to kill, he says. He's right. Kevin, drop some hints. Drop some hints at the Shop Impact, guys. Let's get a mask going, please. Can we get a mask going? I mean,
if they want to make it the Slammiversary Tessa shirt, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, there you go. Repurpose the Tessa shirt. Repurpose the stitch on that, and put like screen print right over her face, and you're good. So. I do want to know one piece of trivia I do need to find out. Did she send the belt back, or is that a replica they were rocking in that scene? I really hope she sent the belt back. That's what I want to find out. So I hope she sent the belt back. We need to get that revealed, and that's just the mark in me asking this. I just want to know if she sent the belt back. Hopefully. But oh man, Blood Rain's not being nice. Repurpose the test shirts in the toilet paper. Blood Rain's taking shots early here. It's Sunday night. It's Lord's Day here, Blood Rain. What are we doing? Some trivia you can't answer. There you go. Critical state. I look to you to answer the hard questions. And I can't blame him. This is a tough question. But hey, listen, let's get on it. Kevin looks like Basil, but grown up. That's a good one, too. We're going to get a scumbag mask. That idiot should start selling masks, too. He'd make a killing. do something with his goddamn life. All right. But that was, listen, that's pretty cool. Good for the North, man. I'm super proud of those dudes. I think I have a feeling they're up for some contendership. Sammy and Shamrock, I made my feelings on that one clear that I do love both of those guys. I just wanted to see it on the Rascals first before it went to a shift, a put together tag team. So I wish that's the way. But hey, who am I to say? There's a lot of year left. It's only July. A lot can happen. Was this the record? Now, Bell's Boy saying the Wolves had the 186-day reign. Was that the previous? I can't imagine it because they talked about breaking it at 350 days. I don't know who had somebody's got to find out. I mean, there's got to be somebody more than 186 days.
Yeah, like I said, I think there's a couple different numbers floating around there because it's like consistent days, and then I think there's like added days. Like I think the LAX had the added days, like this reign plus this reign plus this reign plus this reign. I think that's kind of what they had. So I might be wrong, but
Bell's Boy saying Beer Money at 212, then Decay at 197. So we'll see. Listen, if anybody knows, I'd love to know the. I'll look it up while we're talking too.
Yeah, I think America's Most Wanted probably is.
That's what I thought.
Up there too.
I thought AMW had the longest. Or prior to this, I thought they had the longest reign, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
now. Okay, another July 18th. Keep adding to the list.
Who else we got on July 18th? What else we got here? Matt Cardona, aka Zach. Him too. Son of a bitch. I don't know, man. Shit, there's like everybody on here, huh? Everybody's a part of this.
Leo Rush just put one out at 15 days a few days ago. Yeah, so it's guys, this Slammiversary, like the card itself is going to be fun. But the surprises and how they incorporate all these surprises in. Guys, just hang on. Just make sure you're sitting down on something soft and comfortable because you might do a lot of whiplash surprises during this Slammiversary.
I'm gonna make a video teasing my debut, guys. What I'm gonna do. I might as well make
there you go.
So here's the thing. Here's the deal. Impact Wrestling, the Impact tag titles. It's Beer Money. They had 212. That's what I'm saying.
Different lineages for TNA and Impact.
So 212 for just the Impact reign, right? I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Wait. I scratch that. Wait. I just saw it here. LAX 261. The 2018 reign that they had. LAX, Ortiz and Santana, 261 days. So they got the longest reign on the Impact run. Now we talk NWA. So we talk NWA Tag Team Championship. That's where we differentiate now. So that's where you could probably get I got to pull up a list of that.
AMW or something.
I think it's got to be AMW, and I'll as we're talking, I'll pull that up. But no, so there you go. So so that's why LAX number kind of going back and forth. I saw Ethan, Josh, and LAX is kind of joshing each other back and forth. So they listen, all in good fun. They were all very important tag teams to Impact Wrestling, and they did an amazing job for us, as fans, for our company. I absolutely cherish all what those guys have done for the company and all their history, LAX included. I mean, I never do I I don't think anybody, Bill, you might say, I don't see anybody ever dog LAX for leaving. It was really it was a natural evolution for them at this point.
Yeah,
right?
If you look at them, obviously they were the top team. They were the top tag team in Impact during their time. Mm-hmm. They had the longest title run. They had multiple title runs. Unless you were going to break them apart and try some singles runs, was there anything left for them to do in Impact at that time? Probably not. Maybe a longer program with the North before leaving, but
yes,
that's just nitpicking. But that's definitely, you can see why. They you could see them with the reasoning that they had nothing left to prove there for sure.
Yeah.
But maybe over time, some new teams get added to the mix. Obviously, we always welcome them back. I think
absolutely.
I don't think they've had any real bad. I think they left on good terms.
Real good terms. All right. So here's the deal: 250 days for AMW. 250. Was the NWA TNA 250 during the NWA title runs, and then under the Impact banner only, it's LAX. It was at 261. Now it's the North at 366. So good for them, man. Congratulations, all those teams. Very important tag teams, guys. I swear to God, one of my wishes would be all three of them in a three-way tag team match at one time. That'd be amazing. AMW, I am still petitioning. I put a tweet out yesterday about the new church. I'm gonna put one about AMW out and get some traction on that goddamn thing, because I put that tweet out about how important the new church was to TNA and the foundation of Impact today. And I mean, Crowbar got in on it, Jim Mitchell got in, Kazarni, Sin, he got in on it, and I'm like, and I even tagged the Slash. Slash was Wolfie D in PG-13, if anybody remembers. I remember PG-13, Bob. If you were watching back in the day, they had their brief run in WWF in the Nation of Domination with Wolfie D and JC Ice. JC Ice being Bill Dundee's kid. But shit, I think I tagged them too. I'm like, dude, show this. Somebody find Brian Lee and be like, hey, just one more fucking time, can I hear that song blast in the arena? Because I would lose my mind.
That'd be nice.
just I would love to see these guys honored in some way, like the new church, AMW. Like, these were such foundational teams, and I love their flashbacks. Give me those flashbacks. I don't need to see an Orlando Jordan flashback. Show me their flashback. You know what I mean?
I think the craziness of what it is today, the world, the industry, I think there's better chances for these things to happen. Because I think you can see more of these one-off appearances, these no place like homes, but maybe just on a TV taping.
Absolutely.
Maybe you do get America's Most Wanted for one night.
Why not? Just bring them in. I'd love it. I think it's a good time to do this. We got a little more wiggle room to be creative and fill some time. Do it now. Yeah, it'd be nice to do it in front of a crowd and get that little ovation too, but why not do it now?
It seems like other than a couple promotions, all those other promotions are kind of sort of shuttered up and allowing their people to do whatever. So even if people are maybe under contract, that doesn't really mean they may not be available to work a couple dates for you, especially while the other companies aren't running. So
absolutely, man. Absolutely. So
time for Scott and Don to be creative.
Yes. Yeah. So we'll see, guys. I think it's, why not? I'm tagging these people, make some noise, all you guys. And thank you for everybody for retweeting that and putting that new church one last night. It was like a 3 a.m. thought, Bill. I was sitting there I was up at 3 a.m. People are still blowing off goddamn fireworks. I know Jay was losing his mind. He was probably up at the same time. Jay, actually, I should have called you to jump on a podcast at 3 a.m. But I just was sitting there going, man, the music was in my head. I don't know why. I was just going, oh. And I'm just sitting there in bed doing that. I was like, I'm gonna fucking tweet about this. And I realized another crime is not enough pictures of them on like Google Images. Even like there's not enough documentation of them. I found those two real tough pictures. I'm like, get their old promo shots out there, kick them back out a little bit, like get these. Don't forget. And I think maybe I'm taking a little more personally because we do the throwback show. We do TNI Throwback on Thursday. I'm feeling those older guys more now. I'm like, they're the setup for what we see today. Let's not forget all these contributions. These are some fucking good matches. I mean, Jay, you've been watching for the first time. I mean, how important were the new church? You know, they were such a big part of the first, 30 shows.
Oh man, especially that first several weeks when Malice was on.
Oh my God.
Malice was such a key factor in the championship, that first big championship run for the NWA TNA championship at the time, back when NWA was, still tied to the company, for those of you who don't remember.
Yes.
And then with the Malice going away and then his unfortunate demise later. The tag team was just so significant. Hakeem Fullerton has a thing here. If I was to make an article talking about rebooting the Disciples of the New Church, would you guys be interested in reading it? Seriously, folks,
100%.
Go check out Hakeem Fullerton's stuff. He usually, if you guys ever, I know some people come back and watch our stuff. This is not bragging. Some people come back and watch our stuff twice.
Yeah.
If you guys ever come back and see the comments, usually Hakeem Fullerton tags his most recent articles and some of his more popular ones in the comments of our videos.
Yes.
So by all means, go check out his stuff.
Yes. I would love a reboot, by the way. I think a reboot, but a great reboot where the older guys come in and pass the torch reboot.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
definitely.
Like pass the evil torch, to Rosemary and Crazy Steve, whatever the fuck. Like whatever you do.
That'd be nice.
That'd be nice. Go ahead, Jay. Sorry to cut you off there. I just had to get that.
No. I was just thinking of another thought. Paul, my lovely nephew from the Islands, had a comment up here earlier talking about a live. We're gonna do a live review. I saw someone else talking about a live reaction video. That might be something we'll work out. The review video, I think we're gonna do one right after the pay-per-view if we can work it out with what's his name again? I'm sorry,
Billy.
If we can work it out with him, I know he's in the UK, right?
He's in the UK, 6 hours ahead. So it's one of those things where he's either gonna have to stay up all night or wake up, whatever it may be. Either way, we're gonna go live. I think after. I think we should. We owe it to the team to go live. We got to do it. It's a hot. Because guys, so much is gonna fucking happen on Slammiversary. Like if we don't go live, we're gonna miss out.
Gotta be there.
Gotta be there. So that's definitely gonna be a cross post to Russo's brand as well. So got to go live on that one. So you guys, we'll be here on the evening of the 18th. That's Saturday night. It's a Saturday night, and
it's not going to be like it's not going to be a watch along like we always do with the weekly stuff on Twitch. No, we can't do that. But if we do one, it'll just be us live reacting and talking about stuff happening.
Yes. Wait, I got to answer one thing, Jay. Bell's boy, isn't Brian Lee like 100 years old? No, Brian Lee's more jacked now than he was back then. I saw a photo, like somebody ran to him, some fan posted. I was like vanity searching him. The dude looks incredible. He looked like he hasn't aged a day in 18. It's unreal. The guy looks fantastic. So
that's wild.
Yeah, that's what's wild. The guy just looks great. So anyway, but go ahead, Jay. They want a preview show. These guys want these animals want a preview show. You know how much content we give these people for free. Want a preview show, dude, J-Bone.
Well,
they get a separate show or just on this show?
What?
Yeah, we're gonna do it. I'm not. Who am I kidding? We're gonna give you a preview show.
I think that was our first. That was our first Impact Plus Weekly. Was
the
Rebellion?
Yeah, it was. It was the Rebellion. Preview and prediction. So yeah, we're gonna do one. We'll probably do it on here. Yeah.
All right, you guys get a preview show. He just committed us to it. He just committed. Jay, I'm gonna kick your ass off there. I mean, you didn't really ask me about this, but I'm definitely gonna get you. I'm gonna get you, brother. I'm gonna get you for that. Okay, we're gonna do it. You guys know we're gonna do
That's
it.
gonna be a hectic week for us.
The Mega Power Handshake.
Yeah. Miller is saying, I wish we can get Mance Warner in Impact. I love me some Manser. I just messaged him about something. That's my boy, man. I would love him on my TV every week. That's my guy. Manser and Impact would just make my day, 100%. So if we can get it, that'd be great. But all right, Jay, let's start wrapping up. An hour and a half. How we end up going so long on this weekly show? It's amazing. But, all right.
Don't blame me. I just work here.
All right, let's wrap it up. All right. Well, guys, thank you for joining us on this. Let's get some plugs here. Bill, where can people find you? You're very active now. You're a Twitter guy now. I mean, you were a hidden gem from people for a long time. You were just a front row guy who everybody assumed worked for the company, and now it's like we put a name to the face, and he's here every week with us now. So where can people follow you?
The TNI tried making me active on Twitter. So you can find me at my name, William, another M, Gardner, Gardner.
There we go.
Best place to find me.
I'll put it right here. I'll put it right in the chat. There's guys. So go ahead and follow him. That's his handle, William M. Gardner. Right. That's it. Boom.
Yep.
2 M's at the end. Right. So give him a follow on Twitter. He's a Twitter guy by default now, thanks to us. And thanks to you guys. All right, Jay, plug up Smash. Where can people follow you for other stuff, not Impact related? When can they hang out with you when they can't get enough J-Bone 3 times a week? They need to get bone for the other 4 days of the week.
When you can't get enough of the bone, you can catch me over on that other little podcast called Smash This Podcast, where we're smashing all things wrestling and a little bit of the rock and roll for the Jacked Up Jukebox. I missed it this week, but you guys got to pardon me. It was the holiday weekend. We'll get it back next week, folks. It's a work in progress. You get that. So, Smash This Podcast is on YouTube, of course. You can also find Smash This Podcast on the Facebook, on the Instagram, and on the Twitter box. You can find me personally, Jabronsky Hefferino, on the Twitter box at JAYBONE 5150. JBone 5150.
Very nice, guys. For me, support the band. HemiMusic.com. Hemi Music on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Pick up a mask. If you need a mask, we got masks. Go there. Tons of T-shirts. Support the independent artists at this time. It's a tough time. Shutdown sucks. Industry shutdowns suck. I can't play gigs. So the best thing is you want to support HemiMusic.com. HEMIMUSIC. That is the best place to show some love for me and the band at the same time. And if you do, hey, we'll talk. I'll shout you out live if you buy something here from the band. And but anyway, the show, don't forget, guys, We Talk Impact at We Talk Impact, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Just type in We Talk Impact or Total Nonstop Impact Podcast. Comes right up on all searches, Google searches. We're all over the place. Any podcast platform you can think of for audio, we are on it. Apple Podcast, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Spotify, you name it, it's playing on it. Take this on the go. Tuesday night, the big show, the main show, Total Nonstop Impact. That goes on right after Impact Wrestling does. It is on that show. And also now on Russo'sBrand.com. So we are affiliate of Vince Russo and the brand. Show post there 2 days after we go live on ours. It might be 1 day. Vince hasn't really told me if it's a day or 2 days. I'm assuming it's 2 because last week was a 2 day. So either way, Russo's brand members who are checking us out for the first time, thank you guys so much because, Jay, I was so happy to see, and we're going to thank them again on the main show, but my God, we already surpassed our numbers that we do on our channel by just going with Russo in 3 days, Jay? We already surpassed everything? We surpassed it in 2 days, I think. We doubled our stuff.
It's been, just looking at likes to dislikes, it's like a 90% plus positive. And
like us.
It's, I'll take that and graciously thank you again. Seriously. It's for a whole new audience, coming across a bunch of guys that are not Russo. Thank you.
Thank you. So no, thank you guys for the love there. And again, I'm going to say the same shout out on Tuesday because that's what they're going to hear. So definitely check us out there, guys. ProWrestlingTees.com/Total Nonstop Impact. Get a T-shirt. Tons of you guys bought T-shirts this weekend during the big sale. We truly appreciate that. I was so. If you bought a T-shirt, you can come on this show or Throwback. You're welcome to come on either one. If you're not watching the whole TNA shows, come on this one. Hang out with us. You are more than welcome. That's the gift. That's the least we can do for buying a shirt from us. So we appreciate it, guys. But definitely pick up your own T-shirts. A new design is going to drop this week as well. You're going to freaking love it. It gives J-Bone nightmares, but you're going to love it. He'll love it too in time. But all right, guys. Anything else? I think I got everything. Bill, thank you again for being here.
Yep. See you guys. Twitch co-stream.
Yes.
Watch the show with TNI.
Yes, and it's an hour later this week. Remember,
yes.
Ringo Starr's birthday is going on. It's an hour later. Twitch.tv/Total Nonstop Impact. we're co-streaming and with commentary, and we hang out with you during the commercial breaks. If you don't like what Melissa's saying, you like what we're saying. And look, we got food, beer, pasta, you name it. It's a wild time. Just come hang out with us.
You got the Yingling. Did you get some more pasta, Trent?
Guys, I've made it to July 5th without grocery shopping. And I'll tell you what, I still got food. I can go another week without grocery shopping. I'm going to do this. I'm a lunatic. I'm going to make it.
I can send you
we're going to get passed out Trent on this show.
I can send you some dum-dums.
I don't need it. I'm going to make it. Mark can't believe it. Mark and his family are spending hundreds a week. But he's got kids. He's got kids. I got kids. I got kids. I don't have any kids. I don't have a dog. So the food's all mine. I can make it. But Mark's like, I can't believe you have not grocery shopped in 3 months. He goes, what is wrong with you? And I'm like, nothing. I'm just now it's a stupid battle with myself if I can make how long I can go with this. But I got Nurse Nicole feels sorry for me. She dropped off like pizza dough and stuff. She's like, hey, I picked up something for you. I'm like, no, you're not supposed to be doing it. He goes, just put it in your fridge, please. I cannot understand you just living like this. But all right, real quick, guys. Wrestling Nurse on Twitter. Please give her a shout. It's her birthday in 20 minutes Chicago time. Give her a shot. Let her wake up to some cool stuff. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. All right, guys. Impact Plus Weekly in the bag. We went an hour and a half. That blows my mind. But you guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging with us. Hope you had a great holiday. Have a great week, everybody. We will talk to you on Tuesday night for the watch along and Total Nonstop Impact. Get the video. Get us out of here.
Love your blood, Rain.
Good night, everybody.
Find me the name of this garbage show again that I'm on.
Total Nonstop Impact.
My name's John, capital letter E, period, Bravo, and you're listening to the Total Nonstop Impact Podcast.
This is the jaw-jacking Tuesday Night Impact, and his mother called him son because he shines like one. Mocha Skin Manimal, Rohit Raju, and you are watching Total Nonstop Impact.
This is Taya La Güera Loca, and you are listening to Total Nonstop Impact.
The Walking Weapon, Josh Alexander, and you're listening to Total Nonstop Impact.
We are the Rascals. And you are listening to Total
Nonstop
Impact Podcast, baby.
Woo! And what you're really listening to is Total Nonstop Impact. Don't you dare miss a lesson. Oh, yeah.